Night has fallen over the city of Azeron, yet it offers little reprieve from the sweltering heat of the day. The air is uncomfortably warm and close. There is no breeze. Cicadas whine over the quiet murmurings of a restless city. Yet, in the distant, rumbles of thunder can be heard as storm clouds gather over the hills of the Sierra Antonio to the north. Change is in the air. Bare feet tread silently down a cobbled street, dragging behind something cold and wet. Figures in shadow converge, and in unison begin to whisper dark secrets in forgotten tongues. There is something electric in the air, perhaps static from the oncoming storm, perhaps something else. Ears prick from distant and intangible places. It feels as though dreams and reality are moving imperceptibly towards alignment. The very earth seems to take a sharp breath in, and then slowly it exhales. A bell chimes midnight, ushering the first day of Midsummer.
Bloody Lion King, isn't it?
Strong theme tune, that.
That was good. That was very good. That was
Atmospheric.
I'm excited.
So am I.
Oh?
That's quite interesting.
The morning the morning arrives, sun rises. It's probably 6:30 in the morning, and while there was a short spattering of rain in the night, the air is still hot and oppressive. First day of summer has arrived, and a new dawn rises over the vast city of Azeron, the heart of the world of Terenthia, port city and capital of the Kingdom of Zerona, and the capital of the Azeronian Empire. In the district of Port Marin, there is a barracks upon which a bedraggled and weary investigator awakens to a summons to his superior officer's office. Wade the blood current pulls himself out of bed.
That name?
Wearily to the office of oh god, what's his name? Sir Brian Orion. So Tom, You wake up.
Oh.
Could you give
Too hot
a
today.
brief description of your character?
Oh, he's a paladin.
No, I mean appearance description.
He's not a paladin. He's grizzled with a close-cropped beard, 6 foot with a stocky build.
I can't hear Tom at all.
His resting face is a scowl. Am I too quiet?
No,
I might be on the wrong.
You're fine on mine.
you're fine. I can hear
Yeah,
you.
good for me.
Okay.
We're just
Yeah,
listening.
he's about 40 years
I
old.
can't hear Tom.
He's yeah.
Oh,
You can't hear Tom at all.
No.
Oh. Do you want to hang up and join again?
Yeah. What should I hang up and join again as well?
No,
No, you stay.
Joe.
bloody Joe.
Talk now, Tom.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What?
Okay.
That was weird.
You're quite quiet, Joe Welsh.
Joe, you're very, very quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Very quiet.
One sec, I might plug in headphones.
Nothing but trouble.
He is, isn't he? Should we just all agree to get rid of Joe Welsh?
I'll kill him off.
Bloody hell, this music's making me well up.
I can't hear the at all.
You're missing
Well, you
out.
missed that atmospheric intro.
Just sitting there in silence for 3 minutes.
No, I could hear Joe, but I didn't hear anything else.
Hey, you
Yeah,
gotta
but he
do
stopped
the
talking for a
Lion
while.
King.
Oh, no, I didn't hear any of that.
Oh. Well, you're having recording.
Like, what the hell are you talking about, Lion King?
Yeah, that could have been a bizarre non sequitur just in the middle, just fucking Lion King, innit?
After 2 minutes of pure silence. Oh god.
It wasn't nearly that long as well. Like, I think the track is 2 minutes long. And I thought, oh, they could sit there for 2 minutes. And I listened to the whole 2 minutes of it and went, no, like 30 seconds maybe.
Can you hear me
One
better
second,
now?
my dinner's here. Back
Yeah, I
Marginally.
can hear you. Yeah.
Just speak a bit louder maybe when it comes to you.
Nah.
Alright, so Wade the Bloodcurrent is making his way up the stairs to the office of Sir Brian Orion. There's a large oak door in front of you that you've seen many times before, and you're hesitant to open it because you know who stands the other side of that door, or rather sits in his like bloated self-worth.
Oh, I really must get those hinges oiled.
Come in!
Oh, Sir Brian Orion.
Ah, the Bloodcurrent, good. I'm glad you're here. Took your time, didn't you? Sit down.
Yes, I'll sit in this chair. Are there any crimes that you need me to solve today?
Yes,
As your best officer?
Unfortunately, I was woken by some rather disturbing reports. It appears that there's a body being discovered just around the corner. Hold on. Yes, it appears there's been a body discovered just around the corner.
Another murder.
Yes, you better go and look at it. It's in St. Claudio's Square. You know it, just at the back of this building.
Yes, full of delinquents. I'll take a look.
Yes, be on your way. I'm sure it's one of the Gigantor's victims. We really must put a stop to that menace.
Yes, as you say, sir.
On your way.
Bye.
He immediately... Sir Brian immediately returns to his paperwork. He didn't really even look up at you or even meet your gaze. And
That man never promotes
portly
me.
man with sort of a goatee, a bit older than you, straightened and like swept back hair, perhaps masking a bald spot, and very ornate armor that he wears all the time as kind of a status of his signature of his a signature of his status. So you depart the room and head down the stairs. As you head past your quarters, you see your comrades and your subordinates Adamar, Nico, Cesar, and Carlito sort of sitting around chatting. But you rush past them and head outside towards the square. As you approach, you can see a crowd of people gathered around what must presumably be the crime scene.
Oh, move out the way.
They're all standing there like with like looks of shock and pallid expressions. Eventually you manage to break through the crowd.
Move aside. City watch coming through. What the hell is this?
So what you see fills you to the core with cold terror. It's the most horrific thing you've seen in your entire life. There's a woman, a corpse, in the middle of a shallow pool of water. The body is carefully positioned, kneeling on the floor as if in prayer. Her palms lay flat on the floor. The face is masked beneath some kind of animal skull. The body is wearing a necklace of what looks like small bones. There are hundreds of mussel shells. Perhaps this is perhaps the strangest thing. These mussel shells and like cockles and like seashells and crushed seashells, maybe 1,000 of them, carefully placed in a ring around the body, in a complete circle. What do you do?
This looks like witchcraft. I'll make a note of all these things that are the body is around.
So you haven't had a good look at the body yet. You've just seen it from afar, so you could inspect it.
Oh yes, I'll investigate it.
Okay, so make a investigation check.
Okay. Just finding. Cool. Investigation. Well, it's nothing that out of the ordinary. It's probably some lunatic. It's just I'll soon deal with it. Probably some urchin. Nothing that impressive.
So
I've seen
you
this
do
before.
notice some fairly obvious things. You're kind of taken aback by like the horror of it all, and like you're usually like very keen senses are kind of like completely overwhelmed by the horror of this scene. So you notice that the body is cold and is bloated and waterlogged. It's clear to you that this person died a while ago. This is not a recent killing. This is a body that's been placed here. Adding to this suspicion is that her skin is covered in barnacles and seaweed, and that her hair is crawling with sand lice. Her eyes and mouth are sewn shut. There are stitches through her eyelids and through the lips of her. Through her lips.
Oh my god.
Had a bad time.
She's wearing a dirty white dress, which is also crawling with sand lice.
Does it look like these kind of weird stitchings and things happened while she was alive or after she was dead?
Difficult to tell with that investigation check.
You've just
Do I
about
have-
made it out that it's a body.
There is a tattoo on her arm as well, which you do see.
What does that say?
I'll
Or-
show you. As long as I can find where I've put it. Oh yeah, it's here.
Are we all meant to see this?
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
How mysterious.
Emo cuts.
I was thinking of getting a tattoo like that myself.
Glad you
There is a at the scene, apart from all of the crowd who look aghast, there is a sort of shocked guard, city town watch. So he's ranked below you, and you make a guess that this is the person that found the body and called it in.
Okay. You. Tell me, how did you discover this disgrace?
Well, sir, I patrol at night, and I was just doing my rounds. I patrol past here, and I came past at about 4:15 in the morning, and I saw there was nothing here. I carried on past the Salty Dog Tavern, and it looked like there were a few patrons up. There were some lights on in the building, but I didn't have time to investigate. I came back to this spot at about 5 a.m. And heard people setting up the market stalls just west of here. Perhaps they saw something. And then at 5:15, I came to this spot and found this horror, and I called it in.
So you walked past this spot at 5 a.m. and it wasn't there, and at 5:15 all of this was here.
I walked past this spot at 4:15 and there was nothing here, and then at 5:15 there was something here.
Ah, that's plenty of time to do some crazy shit. Well,
But
Thanks for your information. What's your name?
Aaron, sir. My name's Aaron.
Aaron.
I'm sorry I couldn't be more help, sir, but
And what's your alibi?
perhaps the market stalls will know something, and maybe even the guys at the Salty Dog. There was definitely people awake there, sir.
Yes, that's no time to be drinking at 4 in the morning. I will go there next. But clean this shit up.
Do you want me to take it to the coroner, sir?
Oh yes, that's a better idea. We need to perform an autopsy and a more thorough investigation than the one I have just conducted, even though I feel it is adequate.
Right, you are, sir. I'll get to it. Thank you, sir.
Be gone.
So, where are you headed now?
I will. Well, should I head to the Salty Dog Tavern, or should I?
It's completely your decision. There's no one else here.
Yeah, I'll head there.
So I head into the Salty Dog Tavern.
I'm retracing that man's patrol steps, so I'll go there first.
Okay. This is probably a good opportunity to write some notes in your player's handbook. Don't mind me, because I just need to record the name of that guy who I just made up on the spot.
What was this? Aaron? Is that
Should
Aaron.
we be writing it in ours?
I mean, you haven't seen this, so maybe it would be a bad idea to write it, because...
Alright.
Oh, okay.
No
Um,
writing will be done.
I mean, there's so much
It
weird.
doesn't matter, but maybe you should make a note that you weren't there, so your character doesn't actually know anything about this.
Does anyone know who the body is? Is it just some unknown person? I didn't ask.
Aaron, before you go, tell me, does anyone know who this lady is? Or was?
Oh, I don't know. I'm afraid not. I think Sir Brian has a list of missing people. If you want to ask him.
Ugh. Well, yes, I will. First, I may ask some members of this crowd if anyone knows who this person is. Members of the crowd, does anyone know this person?
They look at you with kind of shock, like sort of snapping out of like the horror that had taken them. No one comes forward immediately, and you start to leave towards the Salty Dog when one of the crowd steps forward and sort of taps you sort of gingerly on the shoulder and says, "Sir, can we have a word, please?"
Yes.
I think I've seen her before. She works at the Old Rizzler, or she did work there.
The Old Rizzler. What kind of establishment is that?
And he kind of looks ashamed and abashed. It's a whorehouse.
And you've been there? That's against the law. Is it? What is the law in this case?
It's not against the law, but it's kind of morally frowned
Round
upon.
upon. Oh, okay. Ugh.
Good work with the morally frowning upon.
Yes. Well, I could have guessed that from the look on your face. Thank you for the information. It's very appreciated. I will be heading there very soon.
I'm sorry, sir. Thank you. And he sort of heads
What's
off
your name?
gingerly. He's turned around and he's sort of sprinted off. He's very embarrassed.
What was his name?
He didn't tell you.
Oh, what's your name, sir?
He's gone.
Oh, I'm a
You
rubbish
can chase after
investigator.
him.
I chase after him.
Okay. He's sort of gone into the crowd, so make a perception check.
Getting used to this layout. Is it passive perception? What?
Just perception. Press perception.
Oh yeah. Oh god. God.
Oh, I love level 1.
It's too much today.
You've lost him. Yeah, it's too muggy. It's really over. It's the sun's shining and there's a like, sort of heat haze, and you just lose him in the crowd.
But would I take a note of what he looked like?
Yeah. So he was he had a goatee, quite well primed, and a short haircut and blue eyes. That's all you remember about him.
Blue eyes. What? Short hair.
Short hair, goatee, blue eyes.
I must ask the ladies in the old Rizla about this mysterious gentleman. Anyway, to the salty dog.
So you head off to the Salty Dog. Meanwhile, across town, at the old Rizla, there is a knock on the door from someone who has not returned this way in a long, long time. Creamy is making her return for the first time in many years, and hesitantly stands hesitantly before the door before knocking. An older, red-headed woman who must have been quite a beauty in her day, but sadly time and poverty has taken its toll, answers the door. She looks at you with a sudden startle and then immediate recognition and says, "Oh, Clem, you have come back to me. Oh, my darling, come, embrace me. Oh, Clem, I'm so glad that you're home."
Creamy.
Oh, it's lovely to be back. Sweet strawberry. I
Oh,
haven't seen you in many days.
Oh, Clem, I can't believe you're home. Come in, we have much to discuss. She leads you into the old Drizzler, and it's exactly as you remember it.
It's exactly like I remember it.
There's the unmistakable scent of sweet perfume, cheap sweet perfume that fills the air, masking probably more unpleasant smells. The furniture is as drab as ever. The wallpaper is sort of faded and in some places sort of peeling off the walls. But there's a cheer about the place. that brings you back to your childhood. Standing around and like with instant recognition, running over to you, your childhood friends, now girls of the old drizzler. Bubbles, who is squealing excitedly. Scarlet, who's got this air of mystery as she sort of wanders over. Honey, who's still looking as attractive and flirtatious as ever. Brandy, who is the one that looks after the other girls, strong and sort of difficult to read. And Sweet Strawberry stands behind you, just happy to have her family back together once again. They all embrace you, and it's many happy reunions. They're all very keen to know where you've been and what you've been doing since your time from the old drizzler. But eventually Sweet Strawberry pulls you away and to a secluded corner and says, Krem, you received my letter?
Yes, I did. Where is Peaches?
Then you know all is
my dear Peaches.
You know all is not well in the old drizzler. Peaches is gone. She's been gone for some time. I wanted to look for her, but it sort of pains me so. Would you I had a look through her room, but it was my eyes, they cloud with tears. Will you go up to her room and try and find some clue as to where she may have gone?
As long as you won't charge me by the hour for staying in her room.
Oh, Krem, it's so good to see you, my beautiful daughter. So, Krem, would you like to give your description as to your character's appearance?
Yes, I would. So, Creamy is 6'5", half orc, very well built, but with a bit of a paunch. I'll just read from my. Oh, this is excellent. Unsubtle but unusual sense of style. Large, intelligent eyes, the colour of syphilitic blood. Sort of a dirty grey skin. A very long tongue that often hangs out the side of her mouth. Plump lips, she smears with crimson wax, an approximation of lipstick. Bushy eyebrows. Truly freakishly large arms and gigantic fingers, even for a half-orc. You should Google image search Jeff Dabe for the kind of incorrect proportions that you need to imagine.
Jeff Dane.
Jeff Dabe, Jeffdabe.
I'm going to do that now. B-A...
Oh my god.
B-A what? B-A-E?
D-A-B-E. Dabe.
Inspiration.
How?
His arms are that.
Is he an arm wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh my
Is he an arm?
god. I just thought he had like a growth or something. Fucking hell.
No.
So, Creamy, what are you doing?
Well, I'll venture up to Peach's room.
Okay. So you get into Peach's room. It's as you remember as a child. Apart from her like little single bed is turned into a double bed, and she's accumulated a lot more stuff in the time that you were there. But her desk is there with her ornate mirror. Her wardrobe is there, still stacked full of beautiful clothes. Although she's obviously grown up since that you last saw her. The rug is still there, looking a bit more tattered than it used to. Make an investigation check. A perception check, sorry.
Perception.
Oh, level 1.
What'd you get?
7.
So you have a quick look around the room, not really expecting to find much. And you find a black book that's not really particularly stashed or hidden anywhere. It's just on the desk. It's locked. It's one of these books that has like a key in the binding, so you can't open the covers without the key. But with your half-orc strength, you could just pull it open.
Yep. I think. Yeah, I think I will do that.
Yeah, make a strength check.
If that's all I find. Oh,
Yeah, no problem. You just rip it open. So yeah, this is the diary of Peaches, and you flick through it rapidly, and you find some interesting leads at the tail end of the diary before it just stops. It mentions a heated argument with Ghislaine. And you remember from your childhood that Ghislaine Remy was a childhood friend and kind of sweetheart of Peaches. So you know him, you've met him before. And it also mentions that she had a charming evening with Diego, and she received a generous tip.
Okay.
A few pages back, it also states that she is a bit worried because she's running low on money, and she needs to make a payment to someone called Gigantor.
Oh. Okay.
That's basically all you discover in her room.
Okay. Well, how big is the diary?
It's not that big. It's quite slim. She's obviously a irregular diary keeper, and she's got quite coarse and unkempt handwriting.
Okay. Well, I'll stick it up my bum for safekeeping.
You have a bag.
It's just the quirk of creaming. No, yeah, okay, I'll put it in the bag.
Yep.
Purist.
Creamy.
Okay.
I don't know the half of it.
What else are you gonna do?
So I didn't find anything else in the room.
No.
Do I remember if if Peaches was like a very close friend of anyone?
Only Gillian. You know that they were very close. They were
But as in
sweethearts,
at
basically.
old Drizzler.
Oh, she was friends with everyone.
Okay.
Probably particularly Bubbles. They always got on well.
Maybe I'll go and see Bubbles.
Is this music too loud for everyone, by the way? I can turn it down a bit.
Down a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I can't hear the music at all. I don't know why.
Where is it?
Just so you guys know, you can control the music volume yourself with the cogwheel on the right hand panel, and it says master music level. So if you want to change it for yourself.
So you can.
Okay, I've turned it down anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to see Bubbles.
Yep.
Hey, Creamy, it's so good to see you! I can't believe you're here!
Okay, I've got a boner.
Yeah. Oh, Bubbles, it's lovely to see. Aren't you one of the Powerpuff Girls?
I don't understand what you mean, Creamy.
It doesn't matter. I've travelled far and wide. I've learned about things. Peaches has gone missing. I'm sure you haven't. It hasn't slipped your attention.
Oh, it's dreadful. We're all so sad.
Sad.
Do you know? Do you have any idea where she might have gone?
Well, she's been having arguments with Gillian for I don't know how long. And a Diego that she's been seeing, Diego Espinar. I don't like him. He gives me the willies.
Hopefully not literally.
Unfortunately, not literally.
Well, it's a real mystery that she's gone. How long has she been gone, by the way?
She's been gone a few
I'm sure
months.
someone
Creamy.
must told me, but I can't remember.
2 months maybe.
2 months. Well, she's probably the other side of the world by now. What the fucking hell am I doing here?
It took you a long time to get back.
Yes, of course, I've been travelling. 2 months, that's a long time.
There's one more thing.
Your voice broke there.
She had a bit of a problem. She liked the old, she liked that kind of stuff.
Oh God! Please invite her on our travels.
She got in bed with some guy called Gigantor.
Lucky him.
She was doing all kinds of bad stuff, Creamy. It was really bad.
Gigantor. You're like a drug dealer, isn't it?
I'm crying.
Yeah, that's the kind of. I don't know where he lives. Maybe Sweet Strawberry knows.
Well, you've been very helpful, Bubbles. Just before I go, would you sing me a song like you did in the old days? One of your nice high-pitched songs.
Oh, of course, Creamy. Of course, I'd love to sing you a song. When your wind blows in the mountains,
dulcet voice.
Oh god.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh god.
Well, I'd best be saddling up now.
I'll
Thanks for your
see
help.
you soon, Creamy.
I'll try and find old wherever she's Peaches. I'll try and find Peaches.
Do that. I miss her. We all do.
I'll bring her home to the old drizzler. And it'll be times.
Good luck.